this rage inside of me that I just can't wait to unleash. I'm invincible, I'm unstoppable.
All right, everybody, hi, and welcome to the official Body Spartan podcast. My name is Gabe Tuft. I am the founder of Body Spartan and your host for the next hour. I'm joined by my two favorite cohorts.
Your favorite ginger coming at you. It's been a minute.
It has.
And the first lady of Body Spartan.
Body Spartan?
Body Spartan.
Whoa.
I am just a mess right now.
Sorry, Priscilla is
that is-
apparently.
Oh,
That's
the first
other podcast.
lady of Body Spartan, Priscilla Tuft. Hello. I love you guys all so much.
Whoa, this is Priscilla Tuft.
This is Priscilla Tuft.
Hello, you guys.
I just want to say for the record that it is an honor to
be.
be in the same room as the two founders of Body Spartan. It's a privilege to be here on your show. It's a great opportunity to be in front of the two original
Everybody out
Body
there, you
Spartans.
cannot see me shaking my head in
But you have no idea what an honor it
Like,
is to be in your
these
presence.
are my two
The
largest fans.
ginger
and
head.
I
Ever
finally-
since
Person
Howie
of
started
fans.
back with Pepsi
Body Spartan.
and Sean asked him to come to a workout,
Smarty pants.
he felt like he's an outsider.
Because that's the way I'm talked to. It's instead of like, hey, dude, we got a workout. It's, hey, Howard, we're working out. Would you like to join us for a workout? Oh yeah, sure, Sean. I would love to join you for a workout. That'd be really great. Oh, hey, Howard, we are going to be shooting some membership stuff. Would you like to do that with us? Oh yeah, Sean. I would love an opportunity to work out Body Spartan and do some membership stuff.
So
Crickets.
Did he?
Cue the
Has it
crickets.
changed since you were here full time?
Completely.
So maybe he's just being polite, understanding that you have a schedule and he can't crack the whip.
Yeah, but
he
on
cracks
several
the
occasions,
whip on me. That's not fair.
on
I'm his
several
boss.
occasions, I've
He
said
still
like I'm
cracks
like,
the whip.
hey, just because Monday through Friday I'm pretty uptight. I'm like weekends, you still my boys. You know, I like to pop a cold one with the boys.
You know, speaking of Sean Smith, our,
And we mean protein.
our camera
which
guy.
which he's probably playing Destiny
share
2 right
protein.
now.
no, actually, he's playing something. He's playing hooked up with Brian Parch.
Yeah,
on the
Destiny
internet.
2.
Is that, it's Destiny.
He already sent me
The
a
Bungie
message.
game?
He's like, hey, Howard, are you getting Destiny 2 for the Xbox? I'm like, I've been thinking about it. He's like, yeah, dude, I've been playing with Brian Parch and his friends, but I'd like to, have my own friend.
I'd like to have my own friend.
See, I was under the impression that he doesn't have a day off each week. I had a little heart to heart because that's what I do with you
doesn't.
people.
No, he
and he's like, yeah, I just haven't had a day off. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the worst boss ever. I'm a terrible person.
See, that's
We're
what
a
you think.
startup company.
And
There are no days off.
And if that's what you think, then he's doing a wonderful job because this is exactly what's happening. Gabe will throw a random call out and he's like, hey, yeah, Sean, like, we need that video by today. And like, are you editing? He's like, yeah, dude, I'm working really hard the last 8 hours. Oh, damn it. What happened, Sean? I misedit.
I definitely wasn't playing Overwatch.
No, it's Destiny.
Well,
dude.
now it's Destiny. It was
Now
Overwatch.
it was Overwatch.
Yeah, the only reason I know is because I was
just
going
have a
through
lot of
Facebook
things
and
on
he
my
had
plate,
the
but I'll
live
get to
feed
that.
going for his thing. I'm like,
course
oh,
he
look at
did.
Sean Smith.
What a dweeb.
He is awesome. He's our go-to boy.
I love Sean.
He's also our whipping boy.
He's
We love you
literally
so
my
much,
right
Sean.
hand man right now. Like, I think the company would collapse without him.
You are
pretty much. Okay, but before we tangent off too much, guys, I mean, like, how we like to do things, or at least when I'm here, how we like to do things. Let's catch up on the little things before we jump into our topic. Let's see, how it's the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
How was your week? What was productive? What was the most positive thing you can pull from this week? Gabe?
Oh, me? Oh, well, the whole reason.
This is what I want. No, this is what I want. I want a quick, what happened through your week, but I want you to end on a positive note that got you through the week.
Okay, well, I'll give you start to finish, guys. The week has been crazy. Rick Bassman was staying with us for a while to get on his feet. He actually found a place. He's going over to Houston to work with a dog rescue center over there, Pitbull Rescue, actually. So he's on his way over there. That was fantastic. Really stoked on that.
And he's going to be progressing to a rescue in Hawaii, which is
will.
very exciting.
Yep, that's the
He's got
long-term
some big
goal
plans.
by
We're
January.
really proud of him.
I got the R1 back out of the shop this week. It's been
Finally.
in the shop for 2 weeks, and unfortunately, I had to put the stock exhaust back on temporarily because
yeah.
a certain
Training wheel.
a certain
In a nutshell,
tuner-
what happened? Because that could be a story of its own.
It really could. So
We're not laughing, we're laughing.
Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, well, actually, it was track day. So it was mid August, something like that. I went down to Sears Point, which is now Infineon Raceway, aka Sonoma Raceway, and I noticed I put this Two Brothers exhaust on the bike. It sounds wicked. I go to the track and I'm ripping down the backstretch and I'm upshifting into like second and third gear and I know my shift points. I'm like, why am I only doing 111 when I should be doing 140 right now? And I'm not passing people the way I should.
What?
What do you mean?
You
what?
do those kind of speeds.
Okay, high speeds,
you can
high
check the
speeds.
GoPro
But
anytime
you
you want.
notice the speeds aren't what they
Gabriel
usually are,
Allen.
right?
The bike does 100 miles an hour in first gear.
Okay, here's the thing.
You pull the
so-
throttle back, it goes to
Gabriel.
103.
Oh my
Gabe,
god.
okay, she's
I
over
don't
here
even-
complaining about you're
you
going so
sneak-
fast.
No,
but
he
here's the
went
thing.
like 50 miles an hour in front of our house with no helmet on today.
So the real issue is he wasn't going as fast as he normally does.
That's what we're getting at. So I took the bike down to the shop and they go, hey, you know what it probably is? You got this new exhaust on it. The cats are off. The catalytic converters are off of it. You got to take it down and have a tune done. I'm like, okay, cool. So they recommend a tuner. I call the tuner. They go, yeah, actually you got to do this thing, that thing, and we got to put it on the dyno. I'm like, oh shit, this is getting expensive. So what's going to cost me? Like about $1,000 is what's going to cost me. I'm like,
And in
"Geez."
your head, you're like, Dino? No. Like, God, I know I was born in the dinosaur era, but shit, really? This is what you're doing to
you
my
are
bike?
a bastard. You're
and I see the dollar and cents going, just being like, that could be our daughter's
I'm watching-
daughter's college fund.
Will you quit complaining about
Which-
how I spend
Okay,
my
so
money?
can you
Which I hope she
How I
never
spend
goes to
my money.
college because are we even using our degrees?
Oh my God.
Sometimes I kinda think that.
She's 13 years away.
From even having to think about
Is it
college.
13?
Yes, 13 years.
And honestly, at
5.
this rate,
Yeah.
college probably won't be able to offer her enough. You know, she's
the way she's going. So
She's
back
planning
to
on
the story.
owning the
I drive the
college.
fucking bike down there. I leave it there for a week. I get it back. It's worse than before. And I go, what the F, man? And the check engine lights are all on. So like I can't get in and change anything up. So it basically bike is like locked and I can't do anything to it. So I go down to the dealership. I'm like, dude, what happened, man? Can you clear the codes out? And they're like, we can't because the guy did something. I don't know what's going on. He goes, yeah, but he spun by the other day and had me clear out some other codes. I'm like, wait, what do you mean he spun by? Well, the dude drove the bike from his tuner shop 30 miles to K&B Motorsports in Petaluma and then rode it back. So he put 60 miles on my bike without me even knowing it.
For people that don't know, like, I mean, shops will run the bike to make sure it runs, up to par, but usually they put
Around
a
the
couple
block.
miles. They'll run it like from one exit to the next exit at most.
Not 30
Do you
miles.
want to ride something fast? Jump on my back and come with me when I sprint.
Oh my God.
I am
That
really
was,
fast.
that
I'm
was
getting
going a
fast.
I really thought that was going
I'm just
south.
You wanna
saying,
ride
like,
something
I've noticed
fast?
a
Ride
really
me.
huge progression in my skills, like over the years of
Well,
sprinting
that's
every
great.
morning.
I'm going to finish my story though.
Okay.
So
That's a really cool story.
Long story
Wow.
short, we
Back to
figured
the
out that the
bike.
tuner screwed up. I got the stock exhaust back on there. The bike's running okay because the ECU's got to be flashed. Ordered some new exhaust. It should all be good by next week. Boom. That's my story.
So, in a nutshell, so Gabe, you went to have your bike upgraded. They end up making it worse than before,
Yes.
taking some parts, replacing parts that weren't supposed to be replaced, gave you a bike missing parts. You went through this loophole.
I was without a bike for 2 weeks. Do you know what happened, Howard?
What happened?
I started keto.
Oh my God.
I was
See?
so out of it. I started keto.
And I think you pulled out a few drug
There
bumps.
was a silver lining, which
Actually, I
is
lost
you
one.
did start keto. So it did lead to something positive. So end this story with a good note. You gave your bike away.
Okay.
It came back crappy. You ended up getting it back stock to say, F it all.
Right.
But what was the overall outcome from this story?
From the bike or just from the week?
You started keto.
I started keto.
And how
the
do you feel?
reason I feel great. And the reason I started keto is even better because I looked and I thought, what is the next possible thing I can do for Body Spartan to further it?
Get rid of your dad bod.
That is exactly what I was getting at.
Because you're
dad
not trying
bod.
to.
My brownie
you're not
bod.
trying to promote dad bods. here.
No.
Speaking of
It just got all
speaking
quiet.
of dad bod, it's not a dad bod. But
I committed to do a photo shoot in December with Alex Ardenti. Same-
whoa, when did you commit?
The day I started keto.
Well, dude, you better get me on
Oh,
that too.
you
dude.
mentally did you contact him?
No,
you better
but it will
contact
happen
him and
this
tell
week.
him you have the sexiest ginger because I'll be in better shape than you by
That's
then.
hot.
Well,
I
it's
guarantee it.
It's on, brother.
I guarantee it.
I got 5 days on you, bro. Oh, actually, this is day 6. This is my refeed
Guess
day.
what? And guess what? I won't do keto.
Well, bring it. Bring it, motherfucker. I like it, Sean. Don't wink at me. They
Oh,
can't
I
see.
winked at
You know
you.
they can't see that,
Oh,
so
I
you're
winked-
winking.
I
Ooh,
winked.
That's
things
why.
are getting awkward here.
That's why.
Dude,
That's why.
Open the
dude,
door to let the ego out.
Ooh,
So-
dude, my waist is getting tighter and tighter, dude. With a cup of rice a day.
With a cup. That's all you're doing?
Just a cup of dry rice. Yeah, I do 7 cups of. It's about.
What, you eat dry rice?
No, dude, I cook it and it adds up to be more. But we do what? We do about, for my 5-day work week, we do about 6 pounds of beef and about 5 cups of white rice or jasmine rice. And that gets me Monday through Friday.
Awesome.
So I'm just saying,
Unleashed,
dude, and that's-
baby.
What exactly?
Unleashed.
Wait, what exactly? You're doing 1 cup of rice a day.
So
are your total carb?
Let me give you a. This is, we'll even break down really simple for those of you who don't. My diet consists of right now, every meal is roughly about 40 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs. I do 5 meals a day. So if you do the math, that's roughly around 200 grams of protein plus and around 250 plus grams of carbs a day. I have green beans with almost every meal because green beans are easy to cook.
So you're bulking.
Dude, I'm bulking and
But
shredding at the
you're
same
bulking.
time.
You're leaning
Understand-
because I can see your abs, like your waist circumference is, yeah.
Oh, he just pulled his shirt up. Pulled his shirt up.
Understand, my job is very active, so I'm burning those calories
awesome.
there.
You
Caitlin
look
always
good.
busts my ass. She's
Can't fucking
every
believe you
time we
said I
walk.
had
You guys,
dad-
Caitlin
every
is
time we
in
walk
the
in-
studio
every time-
You said I
looking
had
at
dad
him
bod.
adoringly
You're so
right now.
fucked. You're fucked. You
Every
said I
time
had
we
dad
walk
bod.
into the gym, she's like, "So we doing cardio before or after the work?" I'm like, "Fuck."
Oh, I solved that problem. I do it in the morning, fasted, and then I go back and do it later on at night.
I'm sorry, Gabe.
so
I'm not
fucking
waking.
dedicated.
I'm not waking
doing
up
it twice a day.
I'm not waking up at 2 a.m. to get my fucking fasted cardio in.
Well, you know what, Howard? Some people just want it more than others. What did we say? There's always a way.
There's always
If you
a
want it
fucking-
bad enough, then here's the thing. I'm going to kick your ass.
Here's the thing.
Because I am doing cardio
I don't want it
twice a
bad
day.
enough to want 4 hours of sleep, but I want it
Just
bad
go to
enough
bed an hour
have it-
earlier. Go
I
to bed
want-
at 7 instead of 8.
Dude, no, I'm eating my last meal by then.
Oh, excuses. I got to get up at 3 a.m.
Dude, I literally eat and go to
I
sleep.
gotta
I'm not
get
even
up at
kidding you. The
3
rule of
a.m.
like you should wait an hour before you go to bed after eating. No, I eat and then fall right to sleep. Like,
That's a dumb rule. I eat and go to sleep too.
okay. That's good, man.
Wow.
So,
Okay,
Somebody's
anyway,
injecting some ego.
now that we got there, we had our topic of the day. Gabe's story was great, and in case you want to know, your favorite ginger, just been crushing the work week, super tired, but at the end of the day, I'm here. on a
Still
podcast.
here, dude.
I'm here with the Body Spartans.
still here, living the dream, furthering the company.
Further in the company, guys. Like I said, work 5 days a week and still make time to do this. So, like, literally no days off because
Mr.
Sleep.
No days off.
sleep
Howard
is
Perry.
for the weak.
Yeah, sleep when you're dead. That's what I always say.
That's the thing.
Well, okay. Speaking of sleeping when you're dead and some of the work ethic that goes along with what we're about to talk about, tonight we're going to be talking about 3 things that millionaires are doing that you are not.
Yeah, so let me tell you all about my life.
Well, actually, we qualify for this. We officially qualify for this. I'm proud to say that, Body Spartan did very well last year. So this is the tips and the tricks that Priscilla and I use personally to actually pull us through every single day and set the mindset not just for every day, but for months down the road and years down the road. And how can I say this? Everything that we learn, everything that anybody learns is typically passed down from mentors. And so a lot of what you're about to hear is a Tony Robbins ritual. Actually, it's his 10-minute morning ritual for achieving positivity and meeting goals.
So I had the incredible opportunity to join a platinum member and visit a Tony Robbins UPW
That was a hard
event.
interjection, by the way.
Explain
That
what
was really hard. That was like, boom, I'm here.
I'm gonna have
By
to.
the way,
that
guys,
was such a loud boom. I'm gonna have to edit that.
yeah, he's probably gonna have to edit that. By the way, before we go into that, yes, Howard is just here because Howard's still working on his 6-figure escalation here, and
But you do this stuff.
but I'm the kind of guy that lives a wine life on a beer budget, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
Priscilla, explain to everybody what a platinum member is.
So at this UPW event, which is one of the events that Tony
Unleash
Robbins
the
puts on, it's
power
called
within.
it's called Unleash. Yes, it's called Unleash the Power Within. And during this seminar,
Rim
we
nuts.
learned some mind-blowing techniques to reprogram our
Blow my
mind
mind.
and go into our goals with effort and energy like never before.
We're
So
still waiting to
in
hear what a
this-
platinum member is, though, so that everybody will.
So platinum member is one of his specialized members that gets to go to all of his events, gets a lot of specialized attention. They do one-on-ones with Tony. They get events that the other people don't get. But that's not the point that I'm getting at.
no, we
what
were
I'm
just
getting
saying
at,
it was just so that everybody understands.
Is that what?
So
is that what
it's
his
essentially-
assistant-
it's
his assistant keeps
essentially
calling me
the
and offering
body's-
me, and I'm like, no.
Oh, Tony's does.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm titanium.
So what the Body Spartan army is to Body Spartan is what the platinum members are to Tony Robbins. But in these seminars,
Good point.
he gives us his tactics, the things that he uses, the things that he does that gets him to the level that he's at. He tells them to us. And so one of the things that he told us was the 3 to Thrive technique. And this is involved in the 10-minute routine that he does every single morning.
And let me
in a 3-step process.
quickly interject to the 3 to Thrive technique that we're going to talk about towards the bottom of our notes here, Howie. That is actually the last couple of days, the last 2 days, I've gotten back to my 3 to Thrive. I was out of it since the house was a little chaotic this week. I forgot my morning ritual, and the last 2 days I've done my 3 to Thrive, and I have crushed it.
Okay.
Crushed it.
Now, again, I'm here to bring you guys who are on like cloud nine back to our listeners and myself over here. Now, when you guys keep mentioning this 3 to thrive, explain to our listeners, like instead of saying 3 to thrive, what is 3 to thrive?
Oh,
We're gonna
I
go
will
into this
explain
in
it.
more
Are you getting that?
detail.
Okay,
But that's gonna be down
so
the
you gotta
road.
let us know because you just keep making these references to 3 to thrive, and the people are like, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, 3
no,
to thrive.
I'm throwing it out
3 to
there.
thrive. I have
too.
no idea
You know
what
I'm
it
doing?
is.
You know what I'm
I
doing?
have no idea.
You know what I'm doing?
Tell me what you're doing.
I'm creating momentum.
Oh my God, you're
and
creating
excitement.
momentum. I am so excited.
You're looking at me. We haven't blinked in like 30 seconds. We're looking. This is really creepy. And the eyebrow goes up from Howard. We still haven't blinked. I can't look at him anymore. This is awkward.
Yeah, he blinked.
Well, speaking of platinum members, Priscilla mentioned the Spartan Army, and I want to just, speaking of hard interjections, I want to talk to you guys very quickly about the Spartan Army. We're stoked about it. So the Spartan Army, guys, is our version of the Tony Robbins Platinum members. You get your one-on-one time with us every single week on our video call. We do a 20 to 30-minute presentation, then we open up the question and answer. It's myself, Priscilla, Howard, your favorite ginger, or the man who rescues kittens from trees all day long, Brandon Griffith. He will be doing a video call occasionally.
I want to make a little note on that, guys. So if you are listening, most likely you're gonna hear from the lovely founders of Body Spartan, Gabe and Priscilla, and every once in a while I get a opportunity of a lifetime to do a talk with all you Body Spartan fans. So you'll catch your favorite ginger here and there, and maybe every once in a while
we rotate every week. just stop with this shit.
And maybe every once in a while, and by every once in a while, I mean never, you'll get Brandon on there because fuck you, Brandon.
Just because
Brandon,
fuck you,
Brandon is always like saving some kittens or some bullshit.
I
doing
got Sundays free, and
Hey, I got Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays free, but
Can you
when
come
you
over Monday?
actually need me, I'm going to be saving kittens.
so all together now. Fuck you, Brandon.
Fuck you, Brandon.
So not only get the video call, guys, but you get a weekly workout video. And this is all video content too, guys. You get a weekly workout,
And
a
then-
pro fitness tip,
and then-
a recipe video that
And
has
then-
shredding and bulking recipes in there for Genesis and Unleashed. And you get probably one of the most important keys to success, motivation. So either Howard, myself, Priscilla, or Brandon will be in front of the camera giving you guys your own personal motivation every week. So if you want a free trial of the Spartan Army, there's a 30-day free trial available right now. bodyspartan.com/Spartan Army.
Which we will also have linked in this podcast for you, for those who are listening. At the end of the podcast, click the link, get your 30-day free trial.
Boom.
And
So
if you don't like it after 30 days, you cancel. But nobody cancels because they know they won't get the tough family
here's the-
Christmas card.
the
Exactly.
Christmas card is amazing. Actually, maybe you know what we should
That's
do?
actually our biggest selling
We
point.
should send out your and Brandon's Christmas card. from
Oh, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Is the world ready for that?
No. You know what's going to be on this Christmas card? What?
It's so awkward.
This Christmas card is going to have me and you side by side so people can see how much more conditioned I am than you.
Brother, if you ain't making that double cardio, I'm going to kick your ass, dude. I'm sorry.
It's like all
Hey,
about
dude,
the out angle.
Remember, dude, as you get
Sitting here
older,
dying.
as you get older with that dad bod, it's way harder. My
There's
testosterone levels
no
are
dad bod on this
through the
motherfucker.
roof.
You know what? If I pulled up my shirt right now and flexed in front of you,
Genetics,
you probably.
okay.
Oh, here come the excuses. or it's the strict double cardio I've been doing every day. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Some people want it more.
Dude, okay, dude.
No,
So,
actually,
everybody's heard
today,
this.
if you don't mind me interjecting, you look extremely more jacked today than you did
Because
yesterday.
it's my
God.
refeed day.
And I
Oh my
love you more
God.
today than I did yesterday.
I'm Gabe's wife, and so I'm going
love
to give
you.
you all the brownie points.
Caitlin's
You
in the
look
background
awesome,
here.
too.
Caitlin's sitting at the
Whatever.
computer behind us, and I'm sure I can't see her, but I'm sure she's rolling her eyes, going, "Yeah."
She's acting like she's not
Everybody's
hearing, but she
picking on
hears
Howie. I'm about to bust him.
everything.
Yeah, look at her.
No, she loves it. She's like, whatever. I'm along for the ride.
To be honest with you, we've been doubling up our cardio too.
Oh, I know. Ah.
Oh, you're horrible, horrible.
I'd say this is a PG rated show, but it's fucking not. So
do you
it's okay.
guys mind if we get to this juicy content or not? Because we're talking about the 3 things that millionaires are doing that you are not.
Yes.
Remember?
So the first, let's just jump right into this, guys.
Sorry,
This is,
but remember.
This is a 10-minute routine every morning that Tony Robbins does. It's and he admits
I don't think
blatantly,
they're ready for this.
The 10-minute
Y'all
routine.
ready for
Or
this?
this is a different 10-minute routine.
No, we're not talking about your 10-minute routine.
No, he actually said in his seminar, I think it was Business Mastery that you and I went to, he's like, this is the very first thing that I do every single day, unless my wife is looking at me.
I don't think I'm
Amorously.
comfortable.
I mean, it's so cute. So it's like this or
So he's a
time
morning-
with his wife.
He's a morning sex guy.
Well, how else do you get rid of that morning
Well,
wood?
it kind of depends on the wife.
I'm the same way.
But generally, this is the very first thing that he does every single day.
Spits coffee out.
And the thing is, it's this technique that is used. It's a 3-step process. It's addictive. You do it once, you will be hooked for life. And it goes on for 10 minutes, yet you're going to be so hooked on it that it can go 15 minutes, 80 minutes if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah,
I've been
and-
addicted to a lot of things, Priscilla. I want to know, am I going to get addicted to this?
You're going to freaking love
With
it.
your addictive personality, yes. So check this out. There's 3 steps, guys, and the first of them is basically, it is change your physiology to change your state. And so what is your state? Your state is your emotional condition
California.
that you're in.
I'm about to explain
Or California.
this.
My
I'm
state
about
is
to
California.
explain this after you share some studies about why. I'm about to explain this, and I'm just going to say Howard's going to make it incredibly awkward. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
it's Howard.
Because
Howard,
it's an
that's
awkward
his job
thing.
is to make things awkward.
Because it has to do with breathing.
Well, first of
because
all,
obviously,
so-
if you breathe, it changes your physiological state. But this is a way of breathing that really, really impacts your physiological state.
But let's talk about the state, though. The state is your emotional condition, and your emotional condition is a choice. It's also dictated by your physical actions. So we've talked in the past about molecules vibrating, and if you're typically if you're happy, then there's science to back this up, guys. And if you need the studies, we'll find them. But we've talked about it in many podcasts before. Usually, if you're in a good emotional state, your molecules are vibrating at a higher frequency. If you're depressed, if you're in a low emotional state, your molecules are vibrating at a lower molecular frequency. Now, in a high vibrational state, that's where you want to be, because that's where all the good stuff happens. We call it the vortex. That's when the universe basically opens its doors to you and you become magnetized. You become a magnet for all those things that you want. So all the visualization that you've been doing, all the thought you've been putting into where your business is going or how your fitness program is going, where you want to be, these things start happening.
it's like a big old honking magnet. And everything that looks like that magnet is going to be attracted.
Well,
Like
and-
friends that look like the kind of friends that you want, the money that you are desiring to work with, the physical shape that you're looking to achieve.
Yes.
All of these things are being attracted to you at an exponential rate.
So the goal is to get yourself, to train yourself to be in that high vibrational state, to be in a positive emotional state, basically to be happy. And you can train yourself to do that. Now, when we talk about physiology, we're talking about doing something with your body.
Dude.
That's the fastest
All
way
right.
to change your emotional
And
state.
one of the things that we learned in his seminar is the way that your body is sitting. So when your shoulders are back and you're sitting in an upright state, I started to do that right away. And that's one thing that is going to increase your testosterone levels and put you in peak state. We're going to talk more about this.
There's actually a study that backs it up. There's different positions that you can stand in that will raise your testosterone levels. They tested subjects before and after these positions that they stood in, and they actually had elevated testosterone levels.
So let me get this right. If I roll my shoulders back, get in position, use my vibrator, I can enter a state of happiness.
I knew it.
Is this what you're saying?
Help me.
And that will increase
How do I
my
reach these
testosterone
kids?
levels?
Well, are you changing your physiology?
I mean, I'm rolling my shoulders back.
Is your heart rate increase? If you use your vibrator, is your heart rate
My
increasing?
heart rate is definitely increasing.
Okay. Are the blood vessels dilating?
Way.
Okay. So,
Way beyond dilation.
is the skin temperature rising?
Yeah, especially in targeted areas.
Okay, so we call that visceral motor activity, and there is listen, guys. According to a study in 2001 by Augustine Purvis, I think that's how we say his last name. I'm not sure exactly. Basically, emotion and motor behavior are inextricably linked. That means they are one in the same. So if subjects are given muscle by muscle instructions, that result in facial expressions recognizable as anger, disgust, fear, happiness, sadness, or surprise, and you don't tell them which emotion they are simulating. So if I were to say, Howard, take your eyebrows and make them point downwards and furrow your brow, and then go ahead and frown for me and grit your teeth a little bit, that would be anger. But if I didn't tell him to make an angry face,
that sounds like constipation.
or constipation.
Like literally, I did everything you said.
Where is that
And I
on
was
the
like, I've made that
vibrational
face.
scale?
I've made that face when I'm trying to push like one of those like petrified hard poops out. Like those ones are like, dude, like this one seriously is gonna cause bleeding.
I may need a medical kit.
That's where I'm like, medic. All right. Anyway,
And then Brandon rushes in with a kitten.
but like, guys, Priscilla, can you please like get back on task here in topic? So Gabe was saying, I'm making this frown face and I'm constipated. Then what?
The point is, if you tell the studies,
He's so awkward.
the studies show that if you tell a subject to make a specific face, if you give them instructions with stuff to do with their facial muscles, without telling them to make an angry face or a happy face or what type of face they are making, the visceral motor activity that is accompanied by that, so the heart rate, the skin cadence, the skin temperature, the blood vessels dilating, I'm sorry, not skin cadence, skin conductance, geez. All those telltale signs of the visceral motor system, they change.
Okay.
In accordance with that same face. So if you made an angry face and we didn't tell you to make an angry face, your body's physiology will change to match what you would be if you were angry.
All right. Can I try this then? Can I try this?
This is me smiling.
Scylla. So I want to try this. Are you ready? Are you
Oh,
ready?
no, scared.
Are you ready?
Scared. Yes.
Are you ready?
Okay, go.
Okay,
Let's do
ready?
it.
Now you just listen to my words.
Okay.
Stop and listen to my words.
I'm scared.
No, seriously. Come
Okay,
on, focus.
I'm with
right?
you. Okay.
I'm going to tell you to do facial expressions
Okay,
and
start.
just do it. Okay?
Okay.
And we're going to see if this works.
Afraid?
All right.
Okay.
No.
No,
Calm.
okay.
Calm. Open your mouth. All right.
Scared.
Open your mouth. Open your mouth.
Okay.
Right. Eyes slightly open.
No, I can't look at you.
Okay, look at Gabe when you do this, okay? Look at Gabe when you're doing this, okay? This might even work
Okay,
even better.
start over.
So,
Okay.
your mouth is slightly open. Eyes slightly open. Bottom lip is being rolled into your mouth. Eyes rolling in the back of your head.
Why is my physiology changing?
This is a great test. What's happening?
Were you being turned on?
I don't think you usually roll your lip into your mouth like that. That's all.
If I look like that in
She's
the
rolling it.
Mid-coitus.
amorous mode, I'm like, oh.
That'd be kind of. Anyway.
I don't know. Okay.
I think, Howard,
Screw you, Satan.
we've proved
That
the
was
point
not-
that it actually works. Because
Gabe,
I was
where are
slightly
you
I
around.
at?
really don't.
I'm at like a half tilt. Yeah.
Edit that.
Can we edit that, please? So, yeah, the idea is
the
that
peak.
if you change your physiology, we just proved that if you mimic facial expressions, that your body's visceral motor system will actually mimic whatever emotional state that your body thinks it's in. So if you change your physiology, you can change your emotional state. And there is a breathing technique that works wonders. You don't have to do this technique. Priscilla's going to go over it in just a second, but there's other things you can do. The fastest way to change your emotional state
shut up,
is to
Howard.
do what? Change your physiology. Ways to change your physiology. Go to the fucking gym. Like, how many times, Howie, have, like, as guys, where we're just, like, pissed off at the world? Like, fuck this shit, I'm going to the gym. And then you and I know for a fact, actually, you and I have been pissed off at the world simultaneously. We've met up with, like, rah, 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 let's lift. And we have the best lifts of our, like, in months. We walk out of, like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah, we win on the world. Like, we're great. We can conquer the world at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
And for me,
Now-
I will go outside and I will just sprint.
Now-
I will just run.
Now, but with that being said, I want to make a point very clear, and this is me personally, and I don't care whether Gabe relates or not, because he might be. Every individual is different. We went in with that same mentality because why we were both angry. We both had this tension we need to let out. But when I go to the gym, I'm not going to lift out of anger, and I want to make that a point. And that was not me, Gabe, that farted. I don't know what you saw. But I don't go to lift with anger, and so what I want to because I want to share something
My dog's
for me.
sitting here, so it's got to be her.
It's got to be her.
Oh
She-
my gosh.
she might be dying.
Oh, she's 16. She's not dying.
She's got like another 10 years.
She feels happy.
So let me make my point, guys. Here's the thing. Like, and this is just me on my behalf, and like I'm speaking not for everyone, but like for me and other people that relate. I go to the gym not to lift out of anger. Yes, Gabe and I on some levels will relate, and there's this frustration we need to let it out, and that's our place. That's our therapy. It's something you'll hear it all the time. You'll see it all over. That's therapy.
Iron is our therapy.
But then I see some people like, when you're angry, go to the gym and just fucking pound some fucking weight, and they get really angry with it. And like, that's cool if that's your way of going, but I don't like to associate something I'm passionate about and something I love.
Boom!
With
I've never
anger.
heard it put so well.
And here's the thing: when I go to the gym, I do not lift with anger, and the reason being because I will have a bad lift. Why? Because I'm frustrated, and if I'm not focusing on my form or something goes wrong, I blame it on something, and that just leads into this downward spiral.
I love it. Are you guys listening to this right now? This is powerful.
When we go to let out that we feed off that each other. Like we're like, there's tension build up. We need to. There's excess. Here's the thing. Energy, and I've said this with Priscilla, I've said this with Gabe, energy is never lost. It's transferred, okay? So when you are
preaching good or is he preaching good?
When you are angry, it's not because there's this difference between this mad or happy or whatnot. It's you have this built up energy and you're choosing how to release it. So all we're doing is we're transforming. As Priscilla and I have really related and connected, we are transformers. So all we do is we take that energy.
I forgot about that. High five right here.
We take that energy and we transfer it. And instead of being angry at something or being mad, we go to the place we know is therapy, and we transfer that energy into something that we know that's going to better ourselves. And what is our outcome when we leave there? High five, hugging, we're positive. Why? Because we just worked on ourselves. We just did something to better ourselves. We used negative energy and we transformed it into positive energy. So for all you listening out there, understand that energy is never lost, but it's transferred. So no matter how upset you get, you always have the choice to take that energy that's causing you to be upset and make that something that's going to make you happy. Make something that's going to result in something positive.
God, I love that. That was so well said.
When I go to the gym, guys, it doesn't matter how frustrated I go. If I'm at that point where I cannot control my energy, I'm not going to go to the gym. Why? Because that's not going to do my body any good. It's not going to do my mentality any good. Why? Because everything's going to go wrong at that point. And
Amen, sister, brother.
And unless you can control that, and unless you understand that it's just energy, you're not going to be able to move forward from that.
But there is that release of adrenaline and you need to do something with it. So if you need to go sprinting down the street for a second and just like freaking cool off, okay.
Go for a walk.
But don't take that energy and inflict other human beings. They do not deserve it, and you are worth more.
But do not take it out on something that you love. Do something.
Amen.
If you cannot release that energy on something.
Are you saying I have to stop beating my wife?
Church. Hold on, wait a minute.
Beating your wife.
Wait a minute.
I
like
just
that.
lost every feminist.
Okay. Gabe, no.
I like that. Willing participant?
And Caitlin and I had this conversation. Caitlin and I had this conversation earlier. I'm just saying you cannot take that anger out in sex. You cannot relate anger and sex together because that's something that's passionate and loving.
This is another podcast.
You can have aggressive sex, but you cannot have angry sex.
No, angry sex is never good.
Because
aggressive sex, great.
Awesome.
Right. Little
and
choking,
it's a way of transmuting energy. But
What?
that is, again, another podcast. My little baby nephew is listening. I'm like, I did not let you.
26. He's not a baby.
Silly Gabe.
He's
But
always gonna be my baby.
before we ruin that preach I just had, that was really serious.
It was
honestly,
Lord.
guys, like just if you're gonna take anything from that, energy is transferred, and you have a choice on how you want to spend that energy.
Yeah, that's right on. So well said by Howard. Changing your physiology, guys. So it doesn't have to be going to the gym, letting your anger out. It could be something as simple as going outside, going for a walk, sprinting like Priscilla said, but something that changes your heart rate, something that changes the temperature of your skin, something that basically gets your body moving through time and space, elevates your heart rate. It can be anything. And Priscilla has a fantastic method for doing that. So could you please explain what?
Okay.
And I got to admit, the first time I saw you do this, because I didn't go to Unleash the Power Within.
It looks freaking so
I didn't
crazy.
go. And I didn't understand it. And
Oh
until
my
you go
gosh.
to, I gotta take a moment before we start and put over Tony Robbins. If you've never been to one of his seminars, I would make it the goal of everyone listening to get to one. And Unleash the Power Within is a great place to start because it lets you know what you're capable of. It literally pulls the power within you out. And until you go to one, there is no way to explain it. People look at it and go, oh, he's just a motivational speaker. No, he's way more than that. It's life-changing. There's so much incredible information that you think about this. He's one of the most affluent people in the world, one of the most connected people in the world. And he's there giving you his life advice.
And what it was told to me that was like the selling point is one of the girls that is in one of my mastermind groups, my entrepreneurial mastermind groups. She said, go to Tony Robbins' UPW and be changed for the rest of your life, or sit in your for the rest of your life and die. And that was a real take home for me. What are you doing?
I'm trying to tighten that for you.
He is tightening the mic.
Keep going, Stella. Keep going.
Okay. So that
the microphone did
that
anything?
Totally didn't work. Why is mine the droopy one?
I don't know.
It's awkward. Let's give it to Howard.
Got the limp noodle microphone.
Make things weird. All right. So this
explain
is
this
not
technique.
this is not my physiological state change ideal, but this is Tony Robbins.
And you
I'm
did it
gonna
when
share-
you came home from UPW, and I was like, she's lost her fucking mind.
Oh yeah,
She's
because
lost
you
her
look like a
fucking
crazy
mind.
person.
And then I did it, and I was like, oh, I see.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah,
like
you look like a great. You were
9
doing it in the
months
car this
later-
one time. I was like, what the fuck?
It's
Everybody's looking.
crazy, but you are going to feel a physiological change. And this is going to be something that impacts you. This is going to be something that impacts you when you're angry. This is going to be something that impacts you when you just want to move to the next level. This is a breathing technique. And it is a rapid fire breathing technique. Pew, pew. And it's something that you're going to feel within. And you might feel a little bit dizzy in between sets of this rapid fire breathing exercise. Why? Because your brain is saying, oh my gosh, thank you. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach your hands high above your head and you're going to pull them down very quickly to the sides of your body while exhaling. You're going to inhale, putting your hands up, extending your fingers towards the sky, pulling it down quickly towards the earth while exhaling. You're going to do it 10 times.
Now you breathe in through your nose as you put your hands up, right? And you exhale through your mouth as you pull them down.
And in between sets, you're going to begin to do the other things that we think about.
Stop it.
And as Howard falls asleep,
Oh, sorry, dude. You were putting me to sleep.
I'm
That
going to
was a good
show
one.
you how this thing is done. Because listen, it's the things that are uncomfortable that are going to cause you to progress in your life. You try this one time and you're not freaking obsessed with it. That's cool. No sweat off my back because there's only so much room at the top. So I'm going to take you through it really quick. Do I move this away from my mouth?
No, just keep it there.
Okay. I'm just going to do a little mini, and maybe at the end I'll do the whole meditation if it seems fitting. If not, then
Show
screw
them
you. You've got all the
it's like anything else. It's like 3 sets of 10. You're supposed to do 30, so we're going to do 10.
Yeah. So I'm
go
going to
ahead.
show you. So
And by
so,
show, you mean let them hear.
So as I'm inhaling, my hands are up. As I'm exhaling, my hands are down. And here's kind of what it looks like.
11, 12. That was awesome.
And as you're doing those, that was like nothing because every single time you come down, that's 1. Every single time you come down, that's 1. And if you haven't ever done it before, don't you dare knock it. Because this has the capacity to completely revamp your entire life. You do 3 sets of that, then you're going to go into step number 2, which is focusing on gratitude.
Gratitude. Give it up for gratitude. You insert sound effect here.
And the reason that we start with gratitude is because it gives you the ability to overpower the dangerous emotions that can completely sidetrack you from what it is that you're wanting. Because if you're in a state of gratitude, there is no space for fear. And there is a scale of vibration where if you're in a fear state, if you're in an anger state, you're actually blocking your frontal cortex and not allowing yourself to be in that state of gratitude and fear simultaneously. It is absolutely imperative that you are in that gratitude and that love state.
Yeah, it definitely. We've talked about gratitude before on several podcasts and how important it is. Vishen Lakhiani, one of our avatars that we listen to quite a bit, he instilled or installed, I don't really know which way to do it. They had the daily gratitude where they have their employees go to a internal website and type every day when they get to work what they're grateful for. and it's called their daily gratitude, and it doesn't have to be related to work at all. So Vishen gets a chance to see what all his employees are grateful for, and it starts their day off by putting them in a place of gratitude, which is one of the higher vibrational states. When you know what you're grateful for, all these other things basically fade away. Negative emotions fade away. Positive emotions replace everything that's negative.
And I dare you, next time that you're in a negative state, or if state that just feels misaligned to you, if it's anger, if it's frustration, if it's guilt, sit. Do this weird breathing exercise, or even just breathe in and hold it as long as you can and exhale. And I want you to think about the things that you are grateful for, even just one thing. Tony Robbins suggests that we listen to 3 things inside of our hearts that we feel most grateful for. Things that we feel most grateful for in the past year. Things that we feel most grateful for in the past month, in the past 24 hours. And it can be as simple as just looking at the veins on the underside of a leaf.
Howard, you can exhale.
Or, oh yeah, oops, sorry.
holding my breath.
Everybody
Hey,
else who was
speaking-
holding their breath, does their brain feel oxygenated? But
Well,
I'm
let's-
just saying,
let's
in the
play
past,
a little game. Howie,
Yes.
what are 3 things that you're grateful for?
3 things that I'm grateful for?
Yeah, and we make sure you talk in the mic a little better because you were looking down, and all I got was
I was looking up, but I wasn't even talking.
your nose was talking to the mic.
Oh, it was my nose.
See, I got it.
What if I do this?
So 3. Actually, I really want you to do this exercise. What are 3 things that you're grateful for?
I can think just off the top of my head. So I'm going to give you 3 things I'm grateful for, and as I'm even talking right now, I'm trying to think about them, but I can't multitask. So let's go off the top of my head, and these may or may not be the top 3, but off the top of my head, the 3 things that I'm grateful for. Okay. Number 1, and not in any special order by any means, I would say that I am grateful for the people that I've had or have in my life, whether they are new, old, have entered or have left my life, because those people all contribute to who I am today, whether you are still in my life, whether you have left my life, or whether you've just entered my life.
Okay, did anyone else feel the vibration of that?
Yep.
Like he was speaking words, but did you not feel that? If you didn't feel that, you're not a human. The end.
I would say the second thing, and I don't care what you call it, some people will call it faith, some people will call it luck, some people will just call it hard work or just based on the person who they are, but I am thankful for the opportunities that I have been given. And what I mean by that is that work, schooling, money, whatever opportunity has presented itself, I am thankful for those opportunities because they've helped me get the things that I've felt like I needed at the time.
Now, not to cut you off from your 3rd piece of gratitude, but did you watch Ghostbusters recently?
No.
Because you specifically said faith, luck. Do you remember at
Okay,
the end
that's
of
Vishen Lakhiani too.
wait.
That's very
Do you
crazy.
remember at the end of Ghostbusters when they jailbreak Venkman and everybody out, and he's hanging on the mirror. He's the first one, and he's hanging on the mirror, and he's all, call it faith, call it luck, call it karma. You don't remember that?
No.
Oh my gosh! I was like, I swear to God, I thought you were gonna just make a Ghostbusters.
Oh, that's so
joke.
crazy because I've never heard Ghostbusters ever, but that's what Vishen Lakhiani says in his meditation.
Faith, luck, or karma.
Well, he's like, or whatever God you believe in is what he says, which is very interesting because that's exactly what he said. And I've heard of
Well,
this concept
again-
of universal consciousness where we can pull information out of each other's brain, and I believe in it because as he was saying it, the words were flowing through my mind. So that ought to say something, right?
Well, we'll shine a little light on that. The only reason I say that is because some people believe in faith, whether you're religious. Some people believe in luck, whether you're an optimistic or whatnot. Some people believe in karma, or optimist. Some people believe in karma. If you're what would you call that person? Or the person that like believes like if you walk under a ladder, you're gonna bad luck.
Oh, somebody superstitious.
Whatever they may be, there's all those kinds of people. But I believe, I'm not saying that I am religious by any means, but is there some part that I believe? Sure, maybe. I just believe that everyone needs something to believe in.
So what's your 3rd piece
And
of gratitude?
so I just want to go. That's why I
love
say this. No matter what it is, everyone has their reason. But my 3rd that I'm most grateful for is definitely Costco for having great bulk items like beef and rice and egg whites
true.
that allow me to easily meal prep and stay within a really good budget of about $55 a week
We
to
love you,
supply
Costco.
my meals. With that being said, Grandma, thank you too for hooking me up with dinner almost every
I feel
See
like
how
we should
simple
give
that is,
Costco
though?
a round of applause. That is
This is a great
freaking
example because
awesome.
it doesn't have to be this deep spiritual thing
It
every
doesn't.
time. It's just literally what are you grateful for in that moment in time?
And that's what I'm grateful for at the instant moment of time.
And
you know?
sometimes you might feel a little grouchy. And the only thing that you can feel grateful for is that cup of coffee or that warm cup of tea that you have in the morning.
But if you start by changing your physiology to change your emotional state, it's going to be a lot easier because
Right.
you literally, man, I'm telling you, when I get up, sometimes I get up really cranky, and Priscilla knows that I'm not a morning person. I've tried to be many times, and even in this last week, there's just been a lot
Just
going
get
on.
out of his way.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on.
Give
in this
him
house.
coffee. Get
And
out
I've
of his
been-
way.
I've been very easily frustrated. I'm not proud of this. This is something that I worked on for years to not happen, but I started reverting to my old self, my old habits, and my
And
old cycles.
before you wear that like some sort of like hat that belongs to you, I just want to say that everybody, this is universal. Everybody has been dealing with higher levels of frustration and anger during this time, especially like if you follow signs like Scorpios. It is a telltale sign that you're a Scorpio if the last week and a half has been a troubling time for you. Just
Are
saying.
we referring to the solar eclipse and the all that
and then
shit?
and then the
full
end
moon.
of the Mercury retrograde and the beginning of this full moon. It's very profound, and there are some intense emotions that are being diffused right now. And you watch people like Gabriel who are emerging into a brand new life during this period of time because it's about to happen in the next month and a half. So that being said, think about something that you're grateful for about 3.5 minutes, and don't stupid time it, but think about what are you grateful for in the last year, in the last month, in the last 24 hours. And if you are feeling frustrated about this, think of the cup of coffee, think of the veins on the back of the leaf, think of something simple.
If you have a spouse or significant other that you live with, or even a roommate, like Priscilla and I, we'll start our day with, we sit with a cup of coffee, Mia will be there with us, and, hey, Mia, what are you grateful for, sweetheart? And we'll just start, do round robin style, go around the circle, and we'll all talk about 3 things that we're grateful for. And it changes the entire course
Oh, yeah.
of the day. Or it primes the entire course of the day. I shouldn't say change, because this is a routine that you should be in every single day. 10 minutes, guys, is all this takes.
If you
And it
start
will-
your day like this, 10 minutes every single day, you will not believe who you are at the end of the month. And sometimes it can be something so simple, like thinking about the bridge of your child's nose. Like that's one thing that turns me inside out
or her
with
little
joy.
freckles.
Or her little freckles. But I just think of her profile and the bridge of her nose. And so you spend 3.5 hours on gratitude after you're breathing.
3.5 hours?
I'm sorry, 3.5 minutes on gratitude. I mean, shoot,
I could
sometimes
do that,
it really
but
lasts a long
It's
time.
going to be a long morning.
And don't worry about finding 5 million things to be grateful for. Think of your 3. And if you can't think of 3, think of 1 intensely, because it is the feeling and the change of vibration that we're going for.
I just wanted to say one thing, and I know for a fact that I'm going to relate to a lot of listeners on this one. And you guys really touched on it, but it's really creating that routine. And you find something. If you want to build, whether you want to become successful, you want to be a millionaire, you want to be a pro athlete, you want to be a pro bodybuilder, you want to be anything, it all starts with starting a routine. And the reason I say that, and some people may argue with me, is because at the end of the day, it's consistency that's going to get you to where you want to be. And that's what I tell anyone that's just starting one of our programs, is that the reason why it's 12 weeks long is because it's going to require you to do the same thing or change it slightly for 12 weeks. You need to be consistent if you want to see results. And this is something that Caitlin and I go back and forth, and it's like we're beating ourselves up with our diet. It's like, but here's the thing, we're not going to see something in 2 weeks. We need to be consistent. We need a routine, just like you guys do every morning with Mia, on a level that I can relate with everyone else when it comes to meal prep, which is our number one problem that a lot of people have. So I've built a routine that every Sunday, or if there's a holiday, every Monday, the day before my work schedule, me and Caitlin Mostly Caitlin, because she's
She's the best.
laughing in
She's
the
so
background.
awesome.
we begin my meal prep. So, which means going into Costco, buying the meat,
So
buying
means
the eggs,
she's slaving away
buying
in the
everything.
kitchen alone.
So we cook
Wait,
everything
what?
up, right? So my routine, and here's the thing, and it expands, but I'm saying you start simple. So my routine was that every Sunday, I would prep my meals, or prep the meat and prep the rice to get me from Monday through Friday. There's the first part of my routine, right? So I prep it all. So I have my 2 core meals. So every day, so I would start waking up, I'd have those meals. Then I would start including a little bit more. So then I would make breakfast every morning. So not only do I have my 2 meals for my core part of my day, I'm now waking up a little bit earlier and I'm making breakfast. From that point, and keep in mind, I'm not rushing things, because a lot of people think I need to get from point A to point B now, but that's not the case all the time.
Nah.
For some people, there's A1, A2, A3 before you get to B. That's okay. There is no race in this. You're building your own routine. Once that became part of my routine, every day I had my 2 meals and I had my breakfast. I'm like, okay, I need the next part, my pre-workout meal. Instead of coming home and eating a pre-workout meal and then going and working out, what if I just threw some oatmeal in the microwave, prep that through some protein powder? And that's just what I do. And okay, I'm not going along those lines. What the point is building that routine. Now my routine has graduated from just having my meals prepped, my 2 core meals throughout the week, to I wake up every morning, I start the coffee pot, I start making my breakfast, I get my meals in my bag to go, I start prepping my pre-workout meal, and then by that time, my breakfast is done, coffee is done, I drink my coffee, I take Herc out. Keep in mind, I'm adding...
Herc is Howard's dog,
Herc is
guys.
my dog, guys.
Hercules.
So this all becomes part of my routine. Now it is set. It's engraved. Like every day, even on my days off, I will wake up and do that same routine. And I am consistent with it. And because of that consistency, I've been able to lose body fat and gain muscle. Why? Because I'm staying true to my diet and I'm being consistent. Knowing that my goal that I want, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to make money, whether it's to just obtain some kind of pleasure, it doesn't matter, some kind of reward, I know that I need to be consistent and have a routine. And I am starting to get that. And when that becomes comfortable, which a lot of people, this is where a lot of people go wrong, they get comfortable at that and then they start to plateau, I add to my routine.
And that's a perfect way to segue into 3 to Thrive, because what is it that you feel like you need to do to accomplish your goal? That's what the 3 to Thrive, and it could be 3 to 5 to Thrive, according to Tony Robbins. But the 3 to Thrive is the focus on envisioning the bigger success. What do you want to see result-wise in the next 6 to 12 months? And in the next 3 months, what are the 3 outcomes? What are the results that you're committed to? And just imagine them and see them as done. See them as fulfilled. See them as already accomplished. Your 3 to Thrive is a commitment. What will I do today to accomplish what I'm going to accomplish in the next 3 to 12 months?
And bring that in the sights, guys. There is going to be 3 outcomes. There's going to be 3 outcomes. Let me be very clear. Outcome number 1, you're going to get nowhere near that goal because you didn't stick to your routine and you were not consistent. Number 2, you're going to look exactly or obtain that goal that you wanted, but that's it. And most likely you're going to lose that. Why? Because you set a goal, you met that goal, but you didn't set a future goal after that or a secondary goal, and then you plateaued. Or 3, you pass that goal. You surpass it by 1,000,000 steps, by $1 million, by 10 pounds. It doesn't matter what it is. You blow through it because you kept your eye on the prize, and that prize is slightly out of reach. And the reason being because that leaves you hungry. And if you do not remain hungry, guys, you're not going to get what you want. It doesn't matter whether it's losing weight.
This is a great example of how in December, I'm going to blow right by you in this shredding contest.
So, guys, okay, for all you that are listening to this podcast right now, I want you guys to remember that this is the day that Howard,
September what, 8th?
your favorite ginger, predicted the future in the fact that I, Captain Redbeard over here, will be in better shape than Gabriel Dinosaur Tuft in December.
You know what? If that is the case, which it won't be, but if it is the case, I will actually be very happy for you.
He's so cute.
I'll be very
right?
happy. Yeah, I know it's
behaving
cute.
that way.
Cute.
It's adorable.
So, guys, about the 3 to thrive, and Howard,
You're
may
adorable.
the best man win.
Game on.
Game on, fucker. So about the 3 to thrive.
I feel like you're
Now,
upsetting the Chihuahua.
Priscilla, you gave you were talking about 3 to thrive for a long term vision, but what I really want to focus on is the daily 3 to thrive, because this
And
is
there
what
is-
has pushed me
please.
forward, and this is what has got me through, and this is one of the things that. After we came back from Business Mastery, and I actually had a chance to experience the Tony Robbins seminar, I actually implemented the 3 to thrive on a daily basis. This is what just catapulted Body Spartan to the next limit, or not next level. So what you do is once you've changed your physiology, once you've done your daily gratitude, then you set your 3 to thrive for that day. And the 3 to thrive for the day are, what are the most important things I can do? What are the 3 things I can do today that will make the biggest difference or make the greatest strides towards that goal I'm trying to accomplish? So, here's a perfect example. My 3 to thrive today. We have this thing called a sim, and it's basically an investor deck. We're working on getting some investment money here. I had to edit some slides for that. I had to go through and basically look at all the products we had in there and edit them, make sure they were correct. That was one of them. Another one was to make a bunch of different landing pages for the Genesis program and the Unleash program. That was number 2. And number 3 was to do this Represent campaign, basically take another photo. If you guys don't know what the Represent campaign is, it's the Lead, Inspire, Motivate shirt that I've got going on. And actually, this podcast is going to be on the internet forever. But if you are one of the people that are subscribing, you're keeping up to it, represent.com/Gabe. I'm running this 2-week campaign. It started yesterday, and it's for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And if anybody doesn't know out there, the whole reason Body Spartan exists is because my brother committed suicide about 3 years ago. And I was trying to not fill a void, but I missed an opportunity to help him out. And I swore that I would never miss another opportunity to help someone. So our vision here at Body Spartan is to change at least one life every single day. Doesn't matter what the cost. Like we're out to change at least one life, whether it's save a life, change the course of a life. That's what we're trying to do. So a portion of every t-shirt bought will go to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Represent.com/Gabe. Go grab an awesome tank top. They come in tanks, they come in tees, they come in hoodies, they come in ladies tees as well. Got 13 days left, guys. Go support. Please, we could really use your help. It's going to a great cause. But that being said, those are my 3 to thrive today. And I knocked them out. I crushed it. And those things are going to make huge differences for Body Spartan. And it's because we're looking at other marketing channels. We're looking at possible investment money. So, these are things that had to be done. And we couldn't get the investment money if I didn't finish these things. And I couldn't have this other marketing channel if I didn't do the landing pages. And the Represent campaign is something that's huge for me because it's not going to further Body Spartan, so to speak, but it's going to leave me feeling like I did everything I possibly could today. When those 3 things are done, then go take a break. Then go do something that you enjoy, and then get back to the nitty-gritty shit. That's what it's all about. Your 3 to thrive will catapult you to success. And if you start out, like I got a whiteboard here, I was just talking about it. I got a whiteboard here in the office, and I write them down every single day in giant colored dry erase stuff. And I change the color.
We're about to turn the entire wall into dry
I know. I told Priscilla
board,
I
and
need
we really
an
are going to do
entire
that.
wall of dry erase is what I need. So your 3 to thrive, guys. What are the 3 things you can do to catapult you towards your goal? What 3 things can you do today, at this very moment, that will get you the furthest? That will further your business. That will further your fitness program, getting you towards your fitness goal. If you're doing Genesis, what are the 3 things that you could do today to make that happen? Prioritize your workout. Set your alarm earlier. Meal prep, like Howard said. Pick a day to meal prep, and then go fucking do it. Right. Go fucking do it.
Right. Whether it's like that or whether it's like my 3 to Thrive, or make sure that I make coffee in the morning so that I can start work. Make sure that I drink coffee midday so I can continue work. Make sure I drink coffee at the end of the day so I can get to the gym.
Make sure you drink coffee during the podcast so you have a good
Make
podcast.
sure I drink coffee before podcast so that I can have a good podcast.
Well, that's 4 to Thrive, actually.
I mean,
that's
you know what?
You know what? Go on the extra mile, bro. Go on the extra
Extra
mile.
mile. You know, who's counting? You know, like everyone's 3 to Thrive is different. Some may be drinking coffee 3 times a fucking day. All right.
So just to recap on Tony Robbins' 10-minute 3-step morning ritual, you're going to change your physiology by using your breath.
Or
You're
something.
going to focus on gratitude.
Focus.
And then you're going to set your 3 to Thrive.
That's it, guys. And
That's-
if you're thinking about your 3 to Thrive right now, which I really want you to do, I want you to take a moment.
This is also a multilingual podcast. So that's 3 or trace
Trace to
or
Thrivo.
or
I don't
how
know.
do you say 3 in German? I know they hold it like this.
No, that's Japanese.
I know when I was there, they just
San.
yell everything. So
We can do
you
it- we
just
can
yell.
do it
three.
San.
Yeah, I think that works. I think that works.
Sure.
So I want you guys to think about your
I
3
love
to
all the
Thrive
terms.
right now. And I want you to start thinking, if you're listening to it in the evening, I want you to start thinking about your 3 to Thrive for tomorrow. If you're listening to it in the morning, I want you to start thinking about your 3 to Thrive for today. And I want you to think, what is going to get you to your goal? And if your goal, because most people that listen to the Body Spartan podcast are usually looking for fitness stuff. So if your goal is to start a fitness program, if your goal is to change your physique and ultimately change your life path, because everyone here that's sitting at this podcast table, we all believe that if you complete one of our 12-week programs or any 12-week program, any fitness program, if you go the distance, you put in the effort, you give it everything that you have, and you succeed.
I mean, choose one that works,
You
though,
cross
just
that.
saying.
You cross that finish line. You start. You set a goal and you crush it, and you cross that finish line. It will unlock your true potential. You're going to see exactly what it is that you are capable of. You're going to unlock the power of your mind, and it's going to change what you can do outside of the gym.
Because it's not the program, Gabe, right?
No.
It's not. It's about dedicating yourself to 12 weeks, convincing yourself with your mind, because the mind controls everything. If the mind believes that you can make it through a 12-week program, if the mind believes that you are going to change your physiology, you will change.
The mind is the most powerful thing that we have. It's the most powerful tool in our arsenal. And so many people don't realize that. And I want you to realize it right now, which is if you look back at everything that we've talked about today, changing your physiology to change your state, that's your mind. Living in gratitude, saying 3 things that you're grateful for, living in gratitude for 3 minutes, that's your mind. Setting your 3 to Thrive, focusing on your goals, that's your mind. So strengthen your mind and see what you can do outside the gym. Guys, if you do not have a program that you're working on, I want to offer you something very special. We have a 30-day trial going on right now for our Genesis shredding program. This is literally designed to cut body fat and build muscle. Will you look like me after 12 weeks? Probably not. We look like Howard after 12 weeks. Probably not. Ladies, we look like Priscilla after 12 weeks.
I thought you were going to say
Probably not.
probably.
I was going to say probably. The point is, it takes time. Just like Howard said, you've got that routine. And this shit doesn't happen overnight, but it is definitely the first step, and you're going to see phenomenal fucking results. Go try the 30-day trial. It's bodyspartan.com/genesis-shredding-program. bodyspartan.com/genesis-shredding-program.
So to really wrap all this up too, and guys, I want to end this on this note. This topic is 3 things that millionaires are doing that you are not. And what we were trying to get our point across in this podcast is that the 3 things to thrive, is what it's going to take. And like at the end of the day, sure, if you want to be a millionaire, you follow these steps, that's going to happen. And Tony Robbins preaches this, we follow this, but it doesn't matter what you're pursuing, whatever your passion is. You want to be a millionaire, you want to be the fittest person in the world, you need to focus on those 3 things to thrive. And if you focus on those things on a day-to-day basis, in and out, it doesn't matter. You will hit that mark, whether it's on paper or not, because at the end of the day, it's about your self-happiness and your self-achievement. And you can be a millionaire on paper, but you can be a millionaire inside. And I'll tell you what, I know a lot of people that are millionaires on paper, but not are a millionaire inside because they're not happy and they have not achieved what they feel like they could have inside. So it starts internally, okay?
So true.
So, you know, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the world. You have no money if you are not happy inside. So focus on 3 things to thrive on and chase those things and build the strongest, most efficient, smartest thing that you possibly can inside. And that will get you to that $1 million stage, that millionaire state, whether it's on paper or inside.
God, I love
however you want to depict it.
Next, if you give a mouse a cookie, what?
Does a fucking
You're a
duck have lips?
millionaire,
Does
you're
a
gonna wanna
5-pound
be a
bag of
billionaire.
flour make a fucking huge biscuit, Scylla? I don't know.
Wanna be a billionaire so freaking bad.
Okay, now we're quoting
Ooh, I
Travis.
got goosebumps.
All of the things I've never had.
All right, so I'm going to leave you right now, guys. Change your physiology to change your state, gratitude, and 3 to thrive. We'll see you next week.
Your favorite ginger out.
For more free information on fitness, nutrition, and bodybuilding, visit us at www.bodyspartan.com.
Indestructible, undeniable. I'm a man with a plan, understand.